Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you had a good lunch. I had dinner, as did our next speaker, Alberto Orlakis, happens to be in Europe as well. That's one thing I think that the pandemic has done is pushed people working online. So you can obviously learn Spanish in person, but also over the internet. And you've heard over the past day and a half from many of our speakers that yeah, you can probably get by in Panama without any Spanish, much Spanish, if you really push it. But better to learn some Spanish, and one of the best ways to learn Spanish is from a teacher, from someone actually helping you talk through it. I mean, there are the online programs and things like that that can help you, expand your vocabulary maybe, but actually creating the conversation is really the way to learn a language. For me, I can understand a lot more Spanish than I can speak, mostly because I've learned it over the years and read and whatnot. But I'm never forced to speak Spanish much of the time because everybody I work with in Latin America speaks English, and so forcing yourself to do that and having some lessons is an excellent way to do that. So Alberto Orlac is going to talk to us a little bit about learning Spanish, and then we will hear also from Kelly Daly, who looks like she was able to connect. Hello, Kelly.
Hello.
And they both work with EPA in Panama, which is one of the language schools that we've had our events now for many years. But Alberto, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you, Liv. So nice to be here. We were very excited. And first of all, like Liv said, I'm Alberto. I'm the EPA school director. I'm a Panamanian. All my life in Panama, my parents, we're all Panamanians, and we're really happy to share with you about EPA and Panama, of course. I would like to let you know a little bit more about us. Like Liv said, you could not learn the language, but you know what? You don't really get to know the people really well unless you know the language in Panama. I have so many friends that are expats that they go around with the expat community, but you don't really get to know the Panamanians unless you really speak the language or try as much as possible to do it. And the way we do it in EPA is it's really easy because we specialize only in Spanish. We've been doing this for more than 12 years. We also basically since the beginning, we accredited ourselves to Instituto Cervantes, which is basically saying that we do things the right way and high quality. And this is our goal. But always the way we do it is quality, but in a way that people can speak no matter what level they are. So if you're level 1, A1, very beginner, you can start learning Spanish right away. It's the way we do it, and it's the way we've been trained, and our teachers who are trained. So that's very important. And also the way we teach, it's called the communicative approach, which is basically you are learning while you're speaking. You are learning to speak correctly, even might be not it might be basic, but you learning in a correct way, and also to understand different accents, different. Panama is it's a melting pot of nationalities, so we have a very easy accent to learn, but we also have people from Venezuela, from Colombia, from Argentina, from Spain, from so many countries that they live in Panama, especially in the city, because it's an amazing place to visit. And right now, we are teaching, as you can imagine, face-to-face. It's our normal operandi, but since COVID, we've been doing classes online, the same as this event, and it's going great because we can connect with people everywhere. Students that been with us for some time, they left Panama, and now they're continuing classes with us. So we are doing both ways, virtual with the teacher, or online, or face-to-face in our classroom, using all the the COVID regulations in Panama that are quite strict, but I think we're going to get through quite faster this year if things continue to go the way they're going. So we just want to say that one of the things we are very proud is that when you are a student from EPA, it's not only about learning the language, it's learning. If you decide to come in the future to Panama for a week, for 3 weeks, for a month, for longer, we give you everything. We give you the experience. We help you with your accommodation in an amazing homestay or a beautiful modern chair apartment or private apartment. We have so many options. We have activities so you can actually get to know other Panamanians and get to know the city, the country. In Panama City, we are really well connected with the nature, so it's really good to go hiking. You can go to the beach in the Pacific Caribbean very quickly. So it's an amazing experience, and we're here basically to give you a little taster of what we do. And I'm really happy to present to you one of our top teachers, senior teachers, Kelly Daly. She's an amazing teacher, and I'm so happy that she can tell you a little bit or teach you a little bit about our language and how we do things in EPA.
Thank you, Alberto. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, as Alberto told you, we are in a school specialized to teach people how to speak Spanish. Our approach is communicate for develop your communication skills. As you know, Panama is a country, it's a Spanish-speaking country, so it's very important being able to speak with people at least in a basic way. So that's why we are in this class today. So please. So in this course, I'm going to tell you about how to say hello to people, how to introduce yourself, how to buy things, how to order food or ask for a menu, how to pay things, and pretty important, how being polite, because that is pretty important in whatever country that you are. So first of all, it's very important in our country, say hello. Thank you. Okay, so greetings are pretty important in whatever place where you are. In Spanish, we used to say informal or informal situation, hello. It's like like a normal way to say hello people. You say hola, and that means hello. It's basic. So you say buenos días, that means good morning. You can try it in your house, buenos días. Or you can say buenas tardes, that means good afternoon. Try buenas tardes. Or it depends on the moment in the day where you are speaking, you can say buenas noches, and that means good evening. And we say ¿cómo estás? We say that in one single sentence. We say hola, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? That means hello, good morning, how are you? That's very important because it's the first impression that you have with other people, and that depends how the other people is going to receive you. So it's part of being polite. The other person is going to tell you, of course, bien, gracias. Y tú, that means thank you. Good, I'm good, thank you. And you? That is pretty important. The other people is going to tell you that all the time, or they can tell you, great, thanks for asking. Esto significa, or that means, gracias por preguntar. If you are knowing people for the first time, maybe you want to say your name, and you can say, mi nombre es. That means, my name is. This is the first, when you are knowing people for the first time, you say, mi nombre es. So, mi nombre es Kelly. My name is Kelly. And the other person, maybe, mi nombre es Alberto, por ejemplo. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? And you're going to tell, okay, yo soy de Venezuela or yo soy de Panamá. Y tú, that means I am from Venezuela. And you? This is the first step that you need to do when you are knowing people or you are in a new place, for example, in your first class, because we in EPA, we try to develop your conversational skills first in the first class. That's pretty important. So when you need to buy a thing, it's pretty important being polite, as I said. So you need to say hello. So hola, buenos días. So you say hello, good morning. Hola, buenos días. Please try in your house. I know maybe I am not able to listen. What are you saying now? But you can try to say it. Hola, buenos días, o buenas tardes, o buenas noches. It depends of the moment in the day that you are speaking with the people. So, for example, if you need to buy soap, you can say, quisiera comprar jabón. I would like to buy soap. It depends. So, do you have any? ¿Tiene alguno? So the other person is going to answer you. Maybe they are, okay, yes, I have it. Sí, yo lo tengo. Oh, that person maybe don't have it. If that person maybe don't have it, maybe you can try. ¿Podría decirme dónde lo consigo? Could you tell me where I can get it? ¿Podría decirme dónde lo consigo? And that person maybe is going to give you some direction or some places where you can buy it. Okay? If you are in a restaurant, it's very important, being polite, of course. And you say, first of all, hola, could I have the menu, please? ¿Podría ver el menú, por favor? Try it. ¿Podría ver el menú, por favor? And that person is going to give you the menu. And you can ask, what is in this plate? Tú puedes decir, ¿qué lleva este plato? Especially if you want to know what is in that splash food that you are eating. ¿Qué lleva este plato? Okay? If you like it, you can try to say, can I taste it? Or I can try it. Because in Panama, in some places, especially, for example, La Rana Dorada, you can go to a place and they have some samples with the food or the beer that you want to try it. Okay? When you try it and you know, okay, we are ready to order, you can say to the waiter or the waitress, estamos listos para ordenar. We are ready to order. That means, okay, I know what I want to eat, and you want to tell to the waitress or waiter what you want to eat. Or you can say to, me gustaría, for example, if you want to eat a chicken or a ceviche, you can say, I would like to try a ceviche. Me gustaría probar un ceviche. Okay? After everything, you need to ask for how much you need to pay for. So you need to say, me da la cuenta, por favor. That means check, please. Me da la cuenta, por favor, please. Try it in your house. Me da la cuenta, por favor. La cuenta means the check. I mean, how many you need to pay. And when you have it, you can ask to the waiter or to the waitress, ¿podría pagar en efectivo? Could I pay it in cash? Or would you accept a credit card? ¿Acepta tarjeta? Normally we use in here, you using here a credit card, but you can pay with debit card too. Pero normally we say, ¿acepta tarjeta? Okay. So being polite is one of the more important things for being in Panama or whatever place where you are. But in Panama, it's really, really important because the culture. We like to be polite, and you need to be polite with people. That's why we use podría. That means could. I know because in English, could is very important. It's an important form to be polite too. So if you are in a place and you want to have a soap or you want to have a pencil, it's pretty useful. Say, ¿podría comprar un lápiz o podría tener un lápiz? Could I have a pencil? Could I buy a marker? ¿Podría comprar un marcador? It's very important using that. So, tú y usted is another form for it's another way for speaking with people. So we use usted when you don't know people or if you're speaking with older people or people that it's like your boss, we try to use usted. For example, Alberto, ¿usted está bien? Alberto, are you okay? It's different with English because usted is pretty important. It's an important way to be polite. We use to in pretty close relationship with people, like a friendship, like my co-workers, or when I have a pretty close relationship with someone. And of course, we say a lot, por favor, that means please, and gracias, that means thank you all the time. Okay, this is a summary about everything. Maybe if you have some question, I can answer for you. But normally we say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Like, hello, how are you? And the other person is going to answer you. Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? And that means, I'm good, thanks. And you? And it depends of the moment in the day, you can use buenas tardes, buenos días, buenas noches. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Or muchas gracias, thank you a lot, or thank you very much. Or perdone, or disculpe, like excuse me. See if something is happening and it's not important, you can say it doesn't matter or no problem. And when you are saying goodbye, you can say see you later. That means hasta luego, hasta mañana, see you tomorrow, or adiós y chao. Okay. So in like a summary, as I said, if you are in a place and you want to pay, you say cuánto cuesta or cuánto vale. That means the same. Or you can say a como. That means how much does it cost? That is the same. It's the same. Have the same meaning. Or if you are in a restaurant and you don't know where is the bathroom, you ask to the waiter or the waitress, ¿dónde queda el baño? Where is the bathroom? Or where is the restroom? Or if you're in a place and you don't know what is the cashier, you say, ¿dónde puedo pagar? Where I could pay? Okay? Or if you are, for example, in NEPA, in our school, in front, we have a bank, and normally students, what is the ATM? ¿Dónde está el cajero? That's very important, especially if you are in another country because you want to have money. Okay? And as I said, puedo pagar en efectivo, puedo pagar con tarjeta, could I pay by card? In Panama, it's pretty normal have given tips to the waiter or to the waitress when you are in a place, when you are in a restaurant. They are going to ask you, do you want to give me a tip? But it's not mandatory. It's not like an obligation, but it's important. Normally, I would like to tip. It's not mandatory, but sometimes it's part of us for being nice as a customer, especially if you are having a good or an amazing waitress or waiter. And if you are in a place and you don't want to buy anything at all, you can say solo estoy mirando. So I'm just looking. Solo estoy mirando, and the seller is going to give you a loan in that time. So if you are in another place like La Rana Dorada, it's a good place. You can ask, ¿puedo probarlo? Because there are some places where they give you some examples because you want to try it before you buy. Puedo probarlo means may I try it? Or if you don't know people or they are asking something to you, you need to ask. ¿Puedo ayudarle? Can I help you? Or if you don't know people, do I know you? ¿Te conozco? It depends of the situation. Of course, pretty big, and maybe we are not able to have all the time that we need for these expressions, but there are a lot, but it's pretty important in the normal way, at least to being able to say hello or speak with people in normal and simple situation.
All right.
So, are there any questions that I don't know if we have access to the chat and see if there are any questions?
I can help manage the questions, Alberto. Thank you. But and there are some. And the first one is an interesting one. I think I know the answer, maybe, but I'll let you guys know. Can you clarify when to use perdone versus disculpe?
It's the same, actually. You can use it both. They have the same meaning. Perdone or disculpe is like excuse me.
And
it's the same, basically.
In Panama, is one used more than the other? I typically use disculpe if I'm interrupting someone or if I bump into them. And I use perdone, I guess, in a more formal situation. So in my mind, disculpe is less formal than perdone. Is that accurate, or I just made that up?
Yeah, I think you made it up.
Yeah, actually it's the same, but maybe perdone is like deeper, because but it's basically the same. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same. I think perdone it's more used in Spain and disculpe is more used in Latin America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. So they're asking, someone's asking, is there any learning software like Duolingo that you recommend to use in conjunction with the classes to help with add more vocabulary or things like that?
Well, there's a lot of extra softwares and things you can do online that actually we give students advice of what to use of that you can support your learning while learning with us. And that's so, I don't know if Kelly has nothing to ask anything to add. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in these situations, I tell to my students, so you need to practice. If you want to speak Spanish, you need to practice Spanish every single day, even if you are living in the United States or Canada or wherever. So I do that. I know that because I do that. I did that when I was learning English. So I recommend to you to, for example, watching TV shows in Spanish, listening podcasts for develop your listening skills. You can try Hispanic Dict, Duolingo. There are a lot of apps, but you can. There is a guy. Oh my God, I don't remember the name. It's a channel. Usmel Sousa. It's a channel and YouTube when you can. They have a lot of podcasts with questions, and it's like a test. Every single podcast you can answer question after you listen everything. Yeah.
All right. And one question is another. I have my answer. I'd love to hear you guys, but how much time is required before someone might be reasonably proficient in Spanish?
Okay. Depends on where they want to get. We use the European Common Frame of Level. So if they want to be, for example, up to a B1, when there is it's the most common level where people sometimes say stop. Only like in 3-4 months, you can do it with EPA in our intensive or semi-intensive. We do like our groups are so small, sometimes 2-3 people, only 4 people, and they go really quickly. If you're focused, you make it really quickly with us.
And I think that's the key. Sorry, go ahead, Kelly.
So as a teacher, I can give you a recommendation. If you want to learn pretty fast, definitely you need to try have private classes, because you have the teacher only for you, and of course having classes every single day. That is, and you can get it pretty fast. I know for experience.
And right, so my Spanish, I don't think I would pass B1 level, Alberto. Maybe I should take a test to find out. But I've been learning Spanish since high school. But only the 2 years in high school was ever my formal classes in Spanish, and I can get by. But you don't want to do the slow route that I did. Our daughter, when she moved to Panama, went to school. In fact, I think she went to EPA, and she did a 1 month intensive course to get herself started. And she speaks better Spanish than I do now. And part of the reason is because she put herself out there when she was living in Panama. And that's the thing. What Kelly said, you have to practice every day, and you have to put yourself out there in a conversation with someone who speaks Spanish, rather than having to start going back to English.
Exactly. When you start a course, you learn so quickly, because if you're in Panama, it's even easier, because you can then, like we were saying, you need to be out there and you're going to be practicing what you're learning, and it's incredible how much you can learn. Like Kelly said, either if you take a private class or like a small group class, it depends on what are your options and your availability, but it really, like, with the way we teach and the way that the teachers are trained and they have received their training, is that the students, they start talking from the first day of class, because you learn a few things and then you start speaking, and then you get excited because you want to keep learning and keep doing it. And that's one of the reasons we have just started a conversation, an online conversation club, for anyone who wants to like try it and see how it goes. It's 2 times a week. You can Tuesdays and Thursdays usually, either in the morning or afternoon or evening, after work. And then it's a way for people to get to practice what they already know, and then decide if they want to go into like a more formal class, to have a teacher one-to-one, like someone like Kelly, that is amazing. I can tell you that. Or take a class in a group. We have, like I said, I'm really proud of all the teachers we have, and it makes a whole difference.
All right, thank you for that. And so just a couple more quick questions, more about the school. Well, somebody who's living in Panama also suggests adding the phrase for the next presentation, con la descuento jubilado. So that's an important one for our readers.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
That means, please give me the pensioners discount.
We have it up to 25%.
Oh, not for you guys to give a discount, but thank you for that. But to include it in the phrases that people should learn.
Okay. Well, we both. El descuento. ¿Qué descuento? Es el descuento de jubilado. That's in Spanish.
That's in Spanish, yeah. That's pretty important.
And then, just about the school, somebody's asking. So the school is in Panama, and in fact, the main office, EPA, is in El Cangrejo, near our office, and right across the street from La Raña Dorada that Kelly mentioned. But you guys are doing online courses now with the pandemic, right? So if someone wanted to start courses before they move to Panama, they could start them with you online?
Yes, right away. We are actually in Paitilla, not in El Cangrejo, just so no one gets confused. A very centric place. It's an amazing place because you can walk everywhere, and we have a beautiful building. It is very nice. And then, yes, we're doing classes online, virtual, like the way we've been here. But then we have the student talking most of the time.
Right.
And then we have, you can choose to be in a private class, in a group class, quite intensive, or only a few times a week. Or you can also start in our conversation club that is only $50 a month, and you can be on classes twice a week. And we actually have a link if you want to try a class tonight. 6 to 7 p.m. Panama time. You can go and try it for free, and we can send you the link if you give us a message in one of our social media or email or WhatsApp. We're there for you, and we can give you that link. But yeah, that's
Perfect.
what we're offering right now.
All right. And then someone's asking about the cost for classes. I'll let them reach out to you because I know there's different prices for different things. If it's private lessons, group lessons, how many times a week, etc. But I can tell you they're definitely affordable, and you can follow up to find out exactly what might fit you for taking lessons. All right, Alberto and Kelly, thank you both very much. We appreciate it. For all of our attendees, we'll be taking our 10-minute switch to the next room. And at 1:25 Eastern time, we will be in the next room hearing from Don Hosmer from Royal Energy and how you can create